Hi friends, and welcome to today's piano tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to play the song As the World Caves In by Maltese. Now, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Josh, and I'd encourage you to hit that subscribe button so that you can see all of my future videos. Also, if you want to leave a suggestion of what other songs you might want to see tutorials for, let me know down in the comments. Alright, let's get started with this tutorial. Alright guys, now let's get started with this tutorial. Now this song is going to have a lot of chords for you to learn, but the rhythms are not going to be too bad, so if you want to write out these chords as we go along, that might help you out. But anyways, we'll be going through each of the different sections. I'll be breaking it down. Let's get started first with the first verse. So here in the verse, we're really just having two main chords, which are going to be B flat and E flat. So here's going to be our first chord, B flat. So we'll play B flats here in the left hand, and then B flat, D, and F here in the right hand. And if you can't reach playing this whole octave here in the left hand, you can just play a single note like this and it'll still sound fine. So that's going to be our first chord, B flat. Now for our next chord, we're going to go to E flat. So we're going to play now E flat and E flat in the left hand, and then G, B flat, and E flat here in the right hand. Great. Now for the third chord, we're going to go back to a B flat chord, but we're going to voice it a little bit differently. So now I'm playing the left hand the same, but now I'm going to play F, B flat, D in the right hand here. But basically the same thing as before. And lastly, we're going to go back to our E flat chord, but this time in the right hand we're going to be playing C, B flat, G, B flat, and C. And C, it's not really in our E flat chord, so you could also call this an E flat 6 chord. Alright, so let's go over those chords in the verse one more time now. B flat, E flat, B flat, and E flat 6. And those are going to be the first four chords. So now the rhythm that we're going to play, it's actually going to be pretty easy, and it's pretty much just going to be repeated for the whole song. Is we're just going to be playing on every beat here in the right hand, and then we'll just be playing on the downbeats, or when we change chords, here in the left hand. So for instance, that'll sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we repeat. Just like that. Now, if you're comfortable with that and you want to add in a little bit more to make it sound a little bit more like the original song, here's a few things you can do. So the first thing that I like to add is on this E flat chord. I like to start here on this F, here in the right hand, and then go down to E flat like this. One more time. Just like that. And then you can play this little thing where we're going to go up from this C to this D flat, now to this D, before we go to our B flat chord. So that sounds like. And this is the fingering I like to use with my second, third, and then go to fourth when I play my B flat chord, but do what's ever comfortable for you. This might be easier. Anything like that. So yeah, coming from that E flat chord, and you see right there, we're just going to come back down right like we came back up. So we went up, C, D flat, D. Now we're going to go right back down, D, D flat, C, when we hit that E flat 6 chord. All right, let me just sing a little bit of that for you. My feet are aching, and your back is pretty tired. We've drunk a couple bottles, babe, and set our grief aside. And then we repeat that same progression there, and that is going to be the first verse. All right, so now we're gonna be getting into the pre-chorus. Now this part's gonna be a little trickier, but once we break it down, I think that you'll see that it's actually a little bit easier than you might expect. So let's start. The first two chords are gonna be pretty easy. So our first chord here in the pre-chorus is gonna be C minor. So we'll play C's in the left hand, and then G, C, and E flat here in the right hand. Now we're gonna go to a D7 chord. So D's in the left hand, A, C, and F sharp here in the right hand. So those are going to be the first two chords. And now we have these four chords that we're going to be moving through pretty quickly, and they're kind of complicated, but you'll see they actually have a lot in common, so it's not going to be too bad. So this is going to be our first chord, or let me just play it like this for now. So I'm going to be playing G, D, G here in the left hand and B flat, D in the right hand. So this is going to be a G minor chord. So now let me just break it down for you. In these next four chords we're going to look at, we're basically going to be playing this B flat and this D every time. And then we're just going to be moving down this bass note. So for instance, this is going to be our G minor chord. Then for the next chord, we're going to move down to a G flat here in the left hand, but keep the right hand the same. So this is going to be a G flat augmented. Now, again, we'll move down in the left hand to F, but keep the right hand the same again. So this is B flat over F. Do that one more time. This is now an E minor 7 with a flat fifth. These chord names are a little complicated, but I'm just trying to show you that these four chords, it's really just these same fingerings here in the right hand and then just walking down in the bass. So that should make it a little bit easier. So now taking that, let's look at the full voicings that I like to use here. So I start here on that G minor chord that I just showed you, G, D, G, B flat, and D. And now if you want to match the melody, we're going to go up to a G here in the right hand. So we'll play it like this. Just like that. So 2 beats. 1, 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go down in the left hand. So we'll keep this D, but now we'll go to G flats. So we'll have G flat, D, G flat. And now in the right hand, these 2 beats that we're going to be playing are going to be B flat, D, and A, and then we'll go B flat, D, and B flat. So going back, starting at that G minor chord again, I know this can be a lot right here, but it'll just sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. There you go. And now in the second part, we're actually going to be using the exact same right hand there. So remember that pattern. We're just going up and we're just playing these notes here, walking up from this D to G, A, B flat. Anyways, after that G flat augmented chord, now we're going to go to this chord here. And let me start like this actually. So F, D, and F in the left hand, B flat, D in the right hand. This is going to be our B flat over F chord. And once again, we're playing that right here. So we'll do B flat and D on the first beat, and then B flat, D, and G on that second beat. 1, 2, like that. And then finally, we have this last chord now. So we'll start here. So now I have E's in the left hand, and then B flat, D, and A here in the right hand. This A here, that's that kind of melody note. And this is going to be our E minor 7 flat 5 chord. And then on that first beat, we'll play this in the right hand. Second beat, go up to the B flat in the right hand. All right, I know that was a lot. I'm going to walk you through that whole thing one more time. We're going to go really slowly. So remember, we're repeating the right hand and then we're just walking down in the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4. And then we'll learn this chord next. This is going to be going into our chorus, but that's going to be it. All right, so now let's take a look at that whole pre-chorus one more time, starting on that C minor chord. And here it is, our final night alive. And as the earth burns to the ground, oh girl, it's you. And here we are at the chorus now. All right, so moving now into the chorus, the chords here should be a little bit easier, I think, than we had in that pre-chorus. But let's get started first with this first chord. So this is going to be an E flat major 7 chord, so we'll just play E flats here in the left hand, and then E flat, G, B flat, and D here in the right hand. That D is going to be the major 7th. And so we'll play 4 beats of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to go on to this chord here. This is going to be an E flat minor 6 chord. So this is your normal E flat minor chord, but we add this C, and that's the 6. And we'll give this 4 beats as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we go down to our B flat chord. So B flat's in the left hand, and then F, B flat, D here in the right hand. And then lastly, we're going to go to this chord here, a D7 like we had before, but here I'm going to play D's in the left hand, and then F sharp, A, and C here in the right hand. All right, that whole progression now in the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. So that chord progression, in the first time that we hear the chorus, we're just going to be playing that progression twice. But in the last time that we hear the chorus, we're actually going to be looping through that again and again and again, and you kind of just have to listen to the song to hear how many times you loop through that and just kind of match with the lyrics. But now let me talk about how we are going to end this chorus. So after that first verse and the first chorus, we're going to end like this. So remember, we had E flat major 7, E flat minor 6, then we go to B flat, and then we go to D7, and then we're gonna go to this chord here, E flat, but then what I usually like to play is something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on that and of 4, we change chords, and we're gonna go back to that E flat minor 6 chord again, but it's gonna be voiced a little bit different. It's gonna be, you see it's the same chord, you see right here? This is what we had before for that E flat minor 6, but now I'm just playing it right here. And I'm going to be having this G flat in the bass. So altogether, this is a E flat minor 6 over G flat. Like that. So we have just 4 beats, and then that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is how we end that first chorus. All right, one time through that chorus now, here we go. Girl, it's you that I lie with as the atom bomb looks in. Oh, it's you I watch TV with as the world caves in. And there we go. So this last time through the chorus, say we're on that last D7 chord, instead of doing this thing that we did with that E flat chord and that E flat minor 6 chord over G flat, it's going to be a bit different here. So here we are on that D7 chord, but then we're going to play something like this. And that's how we're going to end the song. Just a quick thing on this. I don't want to spend too much time, but yeah, these are going to be the same chords from the pre-chorus. So here's our G minor, G flat augmented, B flat over F, and then here we go up in the melody here. And this here, that's our E minor 7 flat 5. And then after those 4 chords, we go back down here to this E flat, and we kind of end the way we did before, but with just this little ornamentation here with this C and this D here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. And then we simply end right here on a B flat chord. But yeah, that wraps up this song. That's everything you need to know to play it. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. Hope you enjoyed that. Hi friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can leave a like or a comment, or even hit that subscribe button to see all my future videos. Anyways, have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.